Now I'm going to create my first web page. Now I'd like to create a more useful web page. See the menu bar at the top of this screen? How about I create one of those to navigate data? For this, I will use a Bootstrap widget named navbar. But before I can do this, I need to add Bootstrap widgets as a dependency to my website. This is done by clicking on Settings, Dependencies. I'm adding the library and I save. Once this is done, I can start using them in my code. Let's create a new web page. We're going to call it Home. It's using the React Bootstrap widget library, which in turn uses the React HTML engine and the Bootstrap v3 UI framework. Now I can replace the simple HTML with Bootstrap navbar. I'm going to copy and paste the code here because watching me type is not very interesting. So we've got a navbar which has various characteristics. You can find the meaning of those properties on the Bootstrap website. Then we've got a header with a title for our brand Trip Guru. And then we've got a nav, which is going to let us navigate between employees and trips. Save the code. And now let's run the page to see how it looks. There we go. The employees and trips navigation items are there and they respond to mouse click. The page seems a bit empty though, so I'll add some content. I can't just add another tag after navbar because React widgets must return one tag only. Instead, I enclose the navbar in a div and add another div with an ht2 tag providing a welcome message. Notice the style attribute, which is required here, otherwise the h2 is displayed in front of the navbar instead of below. Now I save, I refresh, and there we go. Cool. What I really want though is that content changes depending on which navigation is active. For this, I need to manage a state, which will know which item is active. I can then read this state and display content accordingly. How do I do this? Having a state requires having an initial state to start with. This is done through a method called getInitialState, which returns a document. For our home page, we only need one attribute, which we will call content. By convention, it is initially equal to the leftmost navigation item. The state is attached to the widget. In the render method, we can read it and we can use it. How does that look? Cool. Now I need to change the state whenever a user selects a navigation item. For this, I assign an event key to each nav item as follows. Once this is done, I create a method known as an event handler. It will be called each time the selection changes. This is when we change the widget state by calling setState with the key received from the nav item key. I then install the event handler on the nav itself, and I tell the nav widget which item is active. Save, refresh, and it works. Now we need business data. In the next section, I will show you how easy it is to manage business data in Prompto.